Welcome to Vegas Views. My name is Jason Velez, and this is my co-host.
Nicole Vegas.
And I'm Drea Davis.
Yes.
And we would like to introduce our special guest today, Frank Herman.
Look at her walk. Yeah. How's it going, man? Good to see you. I've been watching you guys on TV for 2 weeks. Our podcast. You guys look great. You do a great job. Thanks for having me.
You do a great job.
This is what's amazing about this, though, because I didn't realize you have a show at the Plaza.
Yeah, the Plaza Casino. We had a show there last night. Well attended. We flew in 2 planefuls of folks from Green Bay. Plus, we had a lot of folks from the casino and the area come, and we have a show tonight and tomorrow. And we'd like to get the folks from around Vegas maybe to come check us out so we can come back.
Absolutely. And the tourists, because there's lots of groups.
Yes, there
There's
are
a lot of
lots
groups,
of
and they're like, where should we go? And now I know I'm going to be sending that information out. It's important.
Well, thank you so much because, this is our second time at the Plaza. We were back there in March and we had a great show, great run. I mean, it's only Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. It's not a weekend. It's a different thing, kind of a different feel. So we brought a bunch of folks. Our promoter brought a bunch of folks from Green Bay with us, but we want folks from the area to come and see us so we can keep coming back here. You know what I'm saying? Making us a little money for the old Plaza, then we get back here.
There's a lot going on at that Plaza, too, because I was on that TV series, Obliterated, and they actually had a camel go through.
They did?
3 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, what am I seeing here? But that's fabulous, because we were actually, that's where their holding was at the Plaza where your show is.
Yeah, the Plaza showroom is just a beautiful old showroom built in 1974. Classy. It's got that 3-tier, all the booths. Kind of feel like Sinatra when I'm on stage. I really like it there. And this is our second time back. And I tell you what, the feel is great. We brought $50,000 worth of a light show with us, a big trailer. Wow. So we got the big Vegas feel, look, with the smoke and the lights. And makes me look better on stage.
Absolutely.
Makes me look thinner. That's what it is.
Oh, yeah, the camera thing.
That's why I'm sitting like this, by the way.
I'm going to be sitting like this. So there's a lot going on. I checked you out on YouTube as well, and you have a lot of songs, and some are really good to connect to.
Yeah. Elvis, of course, recorded over 2,000 songs, and I do maybe 150 of them. Wow. But we have an unbelievable band. These guys have played with me for the last 23 years. I own a theater back in Green Bay, and we produce musical theater, but we do this side gig, and that's where the money is. Yes. For the tribute, I do Elvis, and I also do Cher. You got to see me as Cher. Oh, it's fantastic. She is so beautiful. Nice. Yeah, Cher. She's just a good-looking lady. Yeah. And then my wife does Reba, probably the best Reba McEntire impersonator. We also have a Karen Carpenter who was spot on. My brother Mike, my younger brother, does George Jones. Remember George Jones? Yes. The possum? Anyway, he does great. He shows up drinking all the time. Yeah.
He doesn't know.
You don't know who George Jones is? There's a big TV show
I know a lot of people.
You do. There's a TV special, I think, on Paramount right now with him. Also, we have Barbra Streisand and Neil Diamond in our troupe. All of them are just amazing performers, and we get to perform in Vegas.
You're made for Vegas.
Yes. Yeah, well, thank you.
You're made for Vegas.
Back in
you belong here.
A little story. I was here for the Holyfield Tyson fight. That's how long ago I was here, and I was at the Legend show, and Cher was singing "Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves," and I was there. I was Salesman of the Year where I was working, so I was in the front row. She brought me up, and I finished "Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves," and she was like, "Wow, you're better than me." And so that was my first Vegas experience, and it's good to be back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Thanks for being on our show.
Thank you so much.
We got to get you.
I can do the
I can do it too. Look at ready.
Can you do? Yeah. Oh, you got it going there.
Zoom that in.
It's funny you say that because people always come up to me and like, you look nothing like Elvis, and I know I don't. I look like I kind of got that Kurt Russell thing going with the hair, but Elvis.
Yes, I can picture you, Kurt Russell.
I get it all the time. Who's the other guy look like? Someone else. Anyway, but I sound like Elvis. I won a big Elvis contest years ago, back in 20 years ago. I placed 4th in the nation, so I thought, hey, I can make a little money doing this Elvis thing, get the cha-ching going here. So I do it on the side, all over the country. I used to do Elvis competitions all over the country. In fact, Travis Allen, who's on the Strip, we performed together back in the day. It was good to see him in his all shook up review. I got to see him, fantastic, by the way. And so it's good to be here on stage, and the energy of this town.
The energy.
You just feed it. Yes. Just feeds me, baby.
Vegas will give you that energy.
I
It
know.
does.
You're
Thank you.
Yeah.
And it's not the alcohol here.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't need it.
Who Who does that Ring of Fire song? You have that one.
Johnny Cash.
Yeah,
Okay.
Johnny Cash.
You know, if I had my guitar, I'd play it for you right now.
Oh
but
my gosh,
I tell
I
you what,
wish.
I used to do Johnny Cash on the side, but I thought Cher was better, so I kept with Cher. But hey, you wanna bring that for you here? All right. First of all, let's see if the baby's in tune. Okay, here we go. Ready? I hear the train coming, it's coming around the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when, and I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. We don't sing the whole song, but we can.
all day.
Hey, my roadie's here. Thank you, Pat. He didn't tune it though. He didn't tune it.
I'm a drummer.
It's a little off there. She was a little flat.
Thank you so much
That was
for giving that.
Thank you.
I would have just had that whole show just let you keep going.
Really?
Like,
Yeah.
Thank
you
You
better
did it
tune
the whole
in.
time. We
Thank you.
I mean, the tribute you're doing, I just want people to be able to connect with you too.
Yeah.
And I'm going to share the heck out of it because
Thank
we are going to the Plaza for the Days of the Dead event.
Correct.
And a lot of tourists are going to be there,
Yep.
and they need to see your show, and
I'm
I
a-
need to see your
Have to.
show.
You do need to
I
see
need
my
it.
show.
Yes, we
I
will see
need
your
it.
show.
And you know what? We'll
I
be
didn't know I
back,
needed it
and I'll
until
share
today.
those. I'll share those dates with you, and we'll do some promotion with you, and hopefully folks come back. I think we're might be coming back in May. I can't say that yet. I'm having meetings with the brass.
He's jumping in a little bit.
What
It's okay,
time
though.
can everyone come out to see your show?
Doors open at 7, shows at 8 o'clock. Tickets are available. We could fit a lot of folks in that
Okay.
room. I only brought 120, so there's lots of room for folks. You can go online too. You can go plazacasino.com and get your tickets, or just show up. Come on in. I'll
Show
collect your
up.
money.
So, like, you're good. Just sit
All
on the
right.
steps over there.
Come on in.
Come
Yeah.
on.
So when you're at the show, do you meet and greet the guests before and after?
I do. I come out after for sure, but usually before. I'm actually a hands-on guy.
Okay.
I did bring my whole. Can you tell? I brought out my whole team. I brought my light tech, my sound tech. So I'm out there changing batteries on the microphones. I'm making sure the song lists are over the girls, because my girls are amazing. Got to make sure they're taken care of. And then at the end of the show, we come out at the end. And just to let you know, when you come and see us, our tribute show is not like other tribute shows you see. We do the funny side of the artist. I do a funny Elvis. I mean, Elvis was a funny guy, man. Thank you very much. He was. And so we do a lot with dancing and stuff. And plus, my girls, they're angels. They sing so well, and they sing backup for me. They make me sound so good.
Want to give a
So
shout to some of the girls that
I
are
do.
with you?
Yeah,
that's
Amy
good.
Reamer Amy Reamer Herb. Wow, that was her married name. She's gonna kill me for. I mean, she's married to me. It's Amy Reamer Herman.
See what happens to you when you're in Vegas?
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
well, she worked for me before we got married, so that's how I say her name. Wow, is she gonna laugh when she?
Redo.
Please laugh, honey. Please laugh. So my wife Amy
Excited.
does Reba.
choke on my gut.
Yeah, exactly. Oh no, my goodness. And then we have Casey Schumacher does Karen Carpenter, and then Lisa Borley is my Barbara Streisand. They look and sound just like the artists. I mean, it's amazing. I just think it's a show you have to see.
Well, I'm excited to see the show.
I hope you come out.
We will.
I'll say
Can't
what's
wait
up
to
for it.
see you. So I got a question too. How do you find your team? Are you ever doing open auditions? I mean, is there anything for other people to be part of it?
In Green Bay, Wisconsin, we are really the only paid gig. As far if you want to make a living doing theater, you got to come work for me, because there's not a lot of other theaters that pay. So most of these folks that work for me are full time. So they have auditioned, or I've scouted them. Most of them are vocal majors from college. I've scouted what they've done. People do audition, but just because you're good at karaoke doesn't mean you can do what we do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dying bird.
Yeah. And I will
So if
always
you're a
love
bad
you.
singer and you need one,
I feel like you're taking a jab at it.
I'm not taking. No, I don't mean that. But we do. The problem is Green Bay is a small community, 120,000 people. When you audition people, you have to, and they don't make it. Sometimes you don't get a good vibe. So I try not to audition anymore. I come out and find people.
Okay.
And my son, Blake Matthew Hermans, is 23. He's like a Justin Bieber. He sings amazing. So I just bring my kids back in. I have an 11-year-old son who can play drums and guitar better than I can. And he has that angel Donny Osmond voice. Wow.
Ooh, he's
I know.
smart.
We're doing a Go Away Little Girl this summer. He's singing it.
So it runs in the family.
Donnie, come and see me.
that's special. Especially to bring your children, and they do have that talent, and then maybe they have that passion to be in showbiz.
They do. And I think they, you got to pay the dues, you know.
Absolutely.
You want to sing the blues. Anyway, you got to pay your dues. And one of the way my 23-year-old son is doing is working for me. He's an amazing vocalist, singer. He's got a band that's, they made I think $300 on Spotify last month. Wow, with their music, that's huge.
That's
60,000
pretty
views.
big, yeah.
Where can they find
My stuff?
Yeah, share out with your sons too information because that's really
Sure.
important. A lot of viewers can connect then to the music because that's really healing for the soul.
Yes, it is, and we have thousands of videos. Of course, our website is letmebefranks.com. That's my company, Let Me Be Frank Productions. And you can go on YouTube, type in Let Me Be Frank Productions. You will see videos from 20 years ago of our shows that are going on. And then my son has a band called Floral Friday, and they write and produce their original music. They are all over. Just fantastic, and I'm so proud of it.
Because you know I am doing a feature film here. Coming
I've
in March.
heard you do a lot of it.
Yeah.
I've looked you up, young lady. I know what you do.
He knows you
That's
don't.
like an online stuff that I really
Well,
don't
you
know
are
what
into the
you're
moon
talking about.
biz, and thank you for your service. Thank you for all you've
Thank
done.
you so much for hooking me up.
yeah.
But for your son and stuff like that too, I know the director Sean C. Phillips is looking to have some of the talent in their music on
Sure.
this upcoming film. So I'm just letting you know. Eventually, everything
Right,
comes.
Well, if he's
Full
fortunate,
circle.
this young man, Blake, made it to the Voice Finals 3 times. Was going to L.A. from San Francisco. He had the ticket, and they said they had too many people like him. So he's made it almost to the TV show
we
3
gotta
times.
fire that person that said.
I know. I was so
Yeah.
upset.
Get out of there.
You know how much Dad had to pay to fly him out there?
Yeah, dude,
Thank
I don't
you,
think they know
Simon.
this stuff. You know, I don't. You know, you have to let them know. I hope it comes across one of the viewers. And I'm like, no, who did that?
I know. They
For
missed
you.
out on this guy, but I'm making the money off him now. Wait, he's making the money.
Do you get a percent though? Because you are a parent.
You
So it's
know it.
Halloween
Hello.
candy. You have to go
Hello.
out there
It
and
works out
you're
anyway.
It's the dad
You made
fee.
him.
It's the dad fee.
It's automatic.
He's the product of you and your wife.
Child labor.
Well, I don't know if it's really child labor.
No, he gets
Yeah.
paid like everybody else. He's a pro, and everything like in Green Bay. However, their pay works. They get paid per ticket. So the more tickets we sell, which we're very successful, we're the only thing. I mean, one of the only professional troops in Green Bay. So we have a great following, great season ticket base, and we do 90 shows a year at the Meyer Theater. So.
Yeah, it is hot in here, just by the way. So if one of us
Can you tell? Am
passes
I
out,
glowing?
if one of us,
You.
God, you're sweating.
Nice! Woohoo!
Yeah, I'm just letting you know. Good thing I wore this. Any other color, I'd be having a sweat stain going on here.
Oh.
I'm really
This thing doesn't breathe.
Maria, we need a fan in here. We're gonna die.
When I saw your jacket, I just
Gonna
automatically
die.
like, yeah.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. This
This is
jacket
part of
has been.
showbiz, huh?
It's part of the
Enduring
deal.
these
You got
environments
to,
that no
you
one
know.
can know about.
Just like yourself, you guys have probably done a lot of commercials and stuff, and I do a I did a little modeling back in the day. I've stood in 50-degree weather in my underwear, so you just
Do you have
got
a
to
clip
do
of
it.
that? Let
No,
me
I
see.
don't.
Oh.
You can find
I
it.
want to
though.
see. Can we find
Can you
it?
give us a preview?
it's
I don't know. You know what? I don't want to. I've been pulled into
There-
something. Maybe I don't want to find it. I don't know.
Just hit fleetfarm.com. You know what I'm talking about, Pat. Fleetfarm.com. I used to do some modeling for them.
What kind of modeling now? I mean, is
Everything.
it just under everything?
Tell us more.
Okay.
No,
More,
they tell me.
tell
Tell Drea more, not me. I'll be
La,
like
la, la,
this.
la.
I don't know about it. Too much beyond the underwear thing.
Yeah.
Maybe I will after I look it up, and then I'll be like, you know what?
The
I
things
should have
you do as a
asked
model.
more.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that.
I'll send you the link.
Yeah, Jason knows all this stuff too. He's like already. He has a little secret service
Yeah,
going on.
hey.
Yeah.
So going back to your children, were they watching you growing up?
Well, I've been married a couple times, so I
I didn't know
I have
for a year.
8 children.
What?
I have
Okay.
8 children.
Give us the
Christmas is
breakdown.
amazing. I have a 32-year-old son who lives in Milwaukee, and we have a great relationship. I also have a grandson, Barron. Good to see you, Barron. He doesn't know what he can't talk. But I brought my second set of children. I call it my second set. They're 24, Austin. I'm sorry, 25, 23 is Blake, and then Katrina is 21. They're all with me on this trip. I paid for their trip to come out here, to come and hang with Dad and Vegas. And so they are all here. My beautiful wife, Amy, who is Reba. We have 3 younger children. They're 11, 11, 8, and 7, and that's Harrison, Jack, and Vivian.
They like
So
to talk back at their
Fun.
age.
it's awesome. It's
They like to talk
They do
back
talk
at that
back
age.
at
I'm
that
just
age.
letting
They
you
do.
know.
Yeah.
If you're not a parent, they talk back at that age
Yes,
a lot.
they do. They're so
They do.
narcissistic at that age. They could give a crap.
They can give up.
They could go,
They
oh,
do
Dad,
not
you're in Vegas.
care.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Right.
I want my Minecraft to
Video
work.
games.
Internet
Yes.
slow.
Yeah.
It's not about
Exactly. What do you want me to do? Plug in the internet?
Let me call up that
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Hello.
Kids are demanding. Aren't
They really are, but we love every second of it.
Children.
Christmas is just so cool around our house, and then all our kids
so
are
broke.
music. Yeah, really? That's why I do this.
Don't ask us for any money.
I don't say no to any gig. Well, I don't. But
Especially underwear ones. He might bring that back.
oh, that's gonna come back. It's gonna come.
We could do a cooler version though with like gold and
I-
sparkly one. And
I-
Sign it for him, Nicole.
I think I have a scarf around my neck though, so it's
Think
okay.
about it now, but they're returning. Especially for feature films. I mean, we have to have an Elvis on a feature film, and he
Yes.
sings, and he has children that are talents. Maybe they can go in that route a little bit, and because it advertises in so many different ways. So
Absolutely.
if he wants to be in underwear, I mean, that'd really be a
Wow,
eye-catching
I-
moment.
I sparked a
You're welcome.
conversation that I didn't want to.
Yeah.
I actually was in a movie
I have a
as
sturdy
as
chair.
Elvis. It was called The
Oh.
Godfather of Green Bay. It was a limited release, so you get to see the backside of me in a movie of Elvis walking down the hallway like it's Las Vegas, but we filmed it in Marinette. You know where that
Oh
is.
gosh, oh
Yeah.
gosh.
But,
But there's a lot going on, and I'm really interested. I am gonna look in, not this week, I can't because I pre-booked too much
Sure.
stuff, but I do.
She has a lot going on too.
I know she does.
Oh, yeah.
Busy gal, I like it.
But I do want to, the people I know, and
Yeah.
I want to bring people on together
Yeah.
with what I can. So the talk
Sure.
shows are good.
Thank you. Yeah.
And then there's red carpet events that are going to be coming up that are happening. I think with the Got Films are having some showing go on for the House in Time. It'll be at the end of the month. Me and Maria will be there.
Okay.
And then feature films. And then I wanted. Are you ever going to go live maybe for Tubi?
You
Are
know
ever
what
gonna
we
do
should?
any of
I
that?
should
Should
do
do
that.
that.
And also, I wanted to let all of you know that I work for CBS Channel 5 in Green Bay. Also, I have my own program called Frankly Green Bay. I want to interview you.
Oh
Like,
no!
what do you think?
Are you gonna give me questions ahead of time? I don't know. I feel like you want to ask these questions that could be incriminating.
Flying to Green Bay?
No, we could do it Zoom. We could Zoom it.
Zoom.
We Zoom it, and
She
I'll
can do
get you
that
on,
from
and we can
home.
talk about
Zoom,
what's going on in
Zoom.
Las Vegas. I mean, I think the market is like 102, but it's still, we reached
Give
half
me
a
the
million
little
people.
shout out because that's where
Yeah.
you came from, and it's good
Yes.
to
Green
bring
Bay?
and share and
Yeah.
also put a spotlight on Green Bay. That's really important.
Yes,
It's
it
not like,
is.
oh, I forgot about you. I'm here now. No, you always do that full circle and bring people back on board.
Very important. Very
Yeah,
important.
that's
very
right. I got the eye wink there. I don't know if I can do that. I might look silly. Ready?
Ah, dude.
Hey.
Oh, that's not gonna work. I gotta practice.
I love it. I love it.
That's not gonna.
You have such great energy.
Well, people have told me that my whole life, and I think that's why I was classified with ADHD as a kid. But
It worked out.
I was
Probably
always
ADHD.
like this. My wife says, "When do you calm down?" I sleep. I do sleep well,
do sleep.
and I've always been in theater, and that's what you see is what you get. And people always ask my wife,
Sure.
"Is he the same at home as he is?"
Beat to your own
set?"
drum.
Yes,
Beat
I
to
am.
your own
I'm
drum.
the
Okay.
same way.
Nice.
I'm excited about everything.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. We got
Yeah.
a little short break coming up. So,
Oh, okay.
Thanks for
that'll be
having me.
good. Maybe we have some water.
Yeah.
Bring out our clothes because
We'll
it's
be
hot
back.
in here.
No, I'm good with water, but you got anything else? I'm just kidding.
I think I have vitamin water in the vehicle. Vitamin water. That's all
Vitamin
I have.
water,
Sorry.
yes, that's what we're
Boring.
calling it. Yes.
So, all right. Well, we're gonna take a short break.
And we'll be back in a few moments.
Yes.
Stay tuned.
Short break.
Stay
Stay
tuned.
there, and thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yes, Nevada. We offer these services. We've been streaming shows live in real time for over 4 years on major social media platforms. and also on our website, socialmediashows.com. And we are now on Roku TV. We welcome you to have your own show on our TV network. Call us 651-955-8743 or email us at admin@socialmediashows.com.
Hello, everyone. This is Joseph Skoda with Social Media Shows. Well, I thank all of you for your support through these last several years, and it's been a lot of fun. We've given people a voice they never had before. Now, Social Media Shows is always collaborating with our veterans to help them do things and help out the veterans who are struggling today. And we teamed up with GI Connections, connecting veterans with resources. So please consider helping and donating to this great cause because we're always doing things for veterans. So GI Connections, Social Media Shows, and you is what makes the world a better place. Once again, Joseph Skoda, proud United States Air Force veteran. Hello, everyone. This is Joseph Skoda with Social Media Shows. Well, I thank all of you for your support through these last several years, and it's been a lot of fun. We've given people a voice they never had before. Now, Social Media Shows is always collaborating with our veterans to help them do things and help out the veterans who are struggling today. And we teamed up with GI Connections, connecting veterans with resources. So please consider helping and donating to this great cause because we're always doing things for veterans. So GI Connections, Social Media Shows, and you is what makes the world a better place. Once again, Joseph Skoda, proud United States Air Force veteran.
Social Media Shows is a production company based here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We offer these services. We've been streaming shows live in real time for over 4 years on major social media platforms and also on our website, socialmediashows.com. And we are now on Roku TV. We welcome you to have your own show on our TV network. Call us 651-955-8743 or email us at admin@socialmediashows.com. Social Media Shows is a production company based here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We offer these services. We've been streaming shows live in real time for over 4 years on major social media platforms and also on our website, socialmediashows.com. And we are now on Roku TV. We welcome you to have your own show on our TV network. Call us 651-955-8743 or email us at admin@socialmediashows.com.
Hello, everyone. This is Joseph Skoda with Social Media Shows. Well, I thank all of you for your support through these last several years, and it's been a lot of fun. We've given people a voice they never had before. Now, Social Media Shows is always collaborating with our veterans to help them do things and help out the veterans who are struggling today. And we teamed up with GI Connections, connecting veterans with resources. So please consider helping and donating to this great cause because we're always doing things for veterans. So GI Connections, Social Media Shows, and you is what makes the world a better place. Once again, Joseph Skoda, proud United States Air Force veteran.
Welcome back to Vegas Views. I'm your host, Drea. And this is
Nicole Vegas.
And Jason Velez.
We're all hosts here. If you're not catching on, I just want you to know.
And I'm your host, Elvis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo.
Can I say that?
Yeah, you can say whatever
Yes,
you want
you
to
can.
say. We're got
bringing
free
Elvis
reign.
back
Whatever
today.
you need to say,
Okay.
we're going to connect with these viewers.
Thank you.
And it's really important. We're going to say, and we're going to talk about your upcoming shows more because some people only tune in for parts of it.
Yeah.
It's almost like you have to be redundant and say,
Yes.
at the Plaza, Frank's Tribute,
Mhm.
share with them, let them know. Because people do, I do. Okay, maybe not everybody does. I skip around. I'm like, okay, let's see what's going on here.
yeah, you just, what's attention span? Okay.
No, I don't have one.
I'm in the TV business also, so when I book TV ads, which I do for myself, I always do the bookends, 15 seconds, I mean, because everybody loses their concentration, and you gotta hit them right away with something funny or something stupid. They whoa, that's why flow works with progressive.
Right.
It's all about that. And if you do a 60-second commercial, sometimes you're wasting people's time
Yeah.
and you're wasting your money.
And the burrito, like, what
They
am I
don't
supposed to
wanna
watch?
watch
Do I have to
that
rewind that? I gotta,
Exactly.
What are you saying to me? Meat and potatoes. Tell me what you mean.
Right away,
Yeah,
right away,
right away.
exactly.
Were you funny in school growing up?
Was I funny in school?
Like naturally.
I was voted the class clown.
Oh, no! Were
You
you
know,
for real? That makes me feel bad.
I
don't
was,
know.
yeah, I was voted
How are you voting?
most likely to, what was it called again? There was this weird thing, being a star.
Oh.
Yeah. In fact,
serious?
in my yearbook it says, I want to be a star. And then I was voted most likely to be whatever. I can't remember the term, but it was something about being famous.
Wow.
So that was kind of cool. I played guitar. I was the guy at all the gigs with all the girls would be
All the
hooking
girls
up with the
like-
guys, and then I'd finish playing guitar and go home by myself. So
You're
I was
like,
that
oh.
guy. Well, maybe not all the time. Did I just say that? Yes, I did.
Maybe that's where you get the inspiration for your songs, huh? This time didn't work
Yeah,
out.
it didn't work out again.
Once again.
But yeah, I've always had that. I went to school for theater, changed, and then I went for TV broadcasting. But then I changed to business because I knew that you could only. Back in the '80s, when you went into the TV business, it wasn't a lot of money. It was $12,000 a year to be a reporter. I'm like, I'm running a bar making $25,000 a year right now.
Right.
So
Yes.
I owned a bunch of.
Fast money.
I had the first comedy club in Green Bay. I had a big dining hall and bank facility, and that's why I started my theater company, because I had this big banquet hall that wasn't being filled. So I go, hey, my background's theater. So at 30 years old, I started a theater troupe.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Conversation-
that has grown on.
Conversation piece.
Oh, my book!
Oh,
I wrote a
he was
book!
here. He was going to hold out on us.
No,
You were going to hold out on
Simply
us.
Frank. Oh, that's pretty
Simply
nice.
Frank, and this is, if you can see this right there, maybe you can't there, but it's a fake nose, and that's kind of what it is. Because really what I
think
did,
you had
I
work
didn't
on your
know what the
nose.
heck I
It's
have
okay.
not, but maybe I should. But I've had the thing where they scrape your face, though, a few times, so it makes me younger and vibrant. Anyway, but as you can see, it's my life story, how we started the theater, all the way from a kid, what I did, starting the theater, owning different businesses, to being where I am right now, and it's a nice 2-hour bathroom read, and there's pictures in it.
I was thinking
Oh,
about the
there's fun.
bathroom.
Yeah, there's a centerfold of me in here somewhere. No, I'm just kidding.
I do see it. I saw you with the underwear clip.
Well, it's one of them.
Don't show it! Don't show it, viewers!
The
Be
viewers want to
advised.
know is the underwear clip in there.
It's not.
Asking for
Yeah,
them.
asking for them. But this is available on Amazon. In fact, I was in the top 100 sellers at one time.
Woo! Can you see
Nice.
that?
Right there, $10. I'll mail it to you right there. Simply Frank. Yeah, it's all
I
about
think
the
I
story.
have $10 in my purse right
Yeah.
now. Oh,
Do
this
you
is
have any
autographed.
personal-
Hold on! Who's this for?
It's my buddy
For
Pete,
you?
Pat.
So I can't even get this
Aw.
one.
I was just asking if
Scribble
you had
out
any
his
more for
name.
them.
I didn't bring
And I'll
any.
give it to
What
you.
is wrong with me? Promo.
Yes.
Real
Should've brought some
nose.
along.
He had a nose job.
Yeah, it looks
Tell
pretty
me
good
else.
though.
That's
doesn't it? Yeah.
very cool.
But
Yeah.
it's called Simply Frank. It's a spoof on, of course, Sweet and Low. Because it's very simple. Because I didn't know what I was doing. Everything I didn't think about money. I just did it, and we kind of just grew and grew and grew. And now I have 8 children. is that right?
Loving children.
And loving children. Yeah.
Oh,
So.
it's the year he fell in love for the first time. Oh, that's right. I opened up to page 27.
Yes.
But you'll have to buy the book to know
Yeah.
more.
Everyone
Yeah.
loves a good love story.
Oh,
There's
that's
a lot
really
of love
sweet.
stories in here.
Everyone loves a good
I'm kidding. There's only one true love, and that's you, honey, Amy. But yeah,
Shout out
she's,
to Amy.
Smart.
it's all
They
about
get
how
smart
we.
when they get
Because she
older.
worked for me. Amy came in as an actress. 23 years ago, was one of the first actors. we didn't like each other. She thought I was a little bit over the top. Can you imagine? Who would think that?
Why would she think that?
I know.
Yeah, I don't know.
She'd come into the dressing room and I'd be naked and she'd be like, "Ah!" It's like, I didn't care, but that's how things worked. And later on, we both have children who have autism. So we connected. And we were both in troubled marriages, and things worked out. And next thing I'm like, hey, you want to go on a date? You want to smooch?
Be my lady.
Yeah, me and you, baby.
Boom.
Shut that door.
13 years ago, we got married right here in Las Vegas.
Did you?
Wow.
Did you go
Nice.
to like?
We went to the chapel, the Elvis chapel.
Yeah.
Elvis married
Are you
us.
serious?
Of course.
Yes.
Hello. And in fact,
This is getting good.
he's still doing it. He's still here. And it's the one that Bon Jovi got married at, that one.
Really?
So.
I had a chapel by the chorus, but they knocked it down. I got married back in, what was it, 2000? I'm like, how many years ago? Decades.
Oh,
Decades. My mind is like, oh my gosh.
Is that
It's like,
crazy?
I didn't think really hard on that one. That's how many years it's
Sorry,
been.
honey.
Wait, so okay. People that want to get married, would you recommend going to the chapel you went to?
I would.
Okay.
It was really cool. It was cost effective, and Elvis sang to us. And one of my buddies lives here in Vegas. He was my best man. I had somebody travel with us, and we got the videos, and we laugh every time because
that sounds
back then I had my knees and my hips replaced. I was an athlete growing up, so I was a little overweight back then. I have a personal trainer now, but back then I look at those pictures, and I'm like, yeah, you married that? Because my wife's hot.
Yeah.
Wait, did I love that.
You know what? That's important.
Yeah.
The family, the business, putting a spotlight too on your family is
Yeah.
really, really important. And I like that you shared about autism because I have friends that have nonprofits out here, and I love bringing that part together. My youngest had the partial complex seizures, and people
Sure.
don't realize it looks all normal and stuff, and then things happen. People are like, or what's happening? Like, why is he just staring off into space? And so
Yeah.
I'm very protective as a mom. So I do understand when
I'm
people
protective
don't
over
know.
children.
Well,
Period.
sure, yeah, children.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for sharing
Yeah.
that because there's
Yeah.
other things down the road, red carpet
Mhm.
events, nonprofits towards ticket sales.
Well, I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, being part of your community is so important, and when you're a part of your community supports you, and that's what we've always felt. I've done I'm the co-host of the CP Telethon here in Green Bay, the longest running telethon in the nation.
Wow.
67 years. I've been the host for the last 21 years. Me and Bill Jartz. It's on. We raise money for cerebral palsy, which I used to be. I am on the board of directors for CP, but those are some of the things that I'm involved with back in Green Bay. So big part is you guys are involved with the community, and that it just pays
See,
back.
that's why I knew I liked him. I knew he did something beyond just the showbiz,
Yeah.
because that's really important, though.
We're big
If you have a platform, what do you do with it? I have so many
Exactly.
people have never done anything but for themselves, and I think that's so important if you have that to connect with the community and people around you, bring them in.
Yes.
So that's my thing where I'm like, yes.
Nicole does that all the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
You'll read in my book, not to plug the book again. Wow, that was selfless promotion
Does
right
any
there.
of that goes towards?
Actually, some of the benefits of anything I sell at this TV show, 100% of the money goes to cerebral palsy. And in the last 23 years, we've raised over $600,000 for cerebral palsy.
Wow.
And that's it really
That's
warms
big.
my heart that we can do that for that. And we also support other organizations, in the community also.
I was in school, I did the PTA thing,
Yeah.
and I helped because I had children they didn't have enough money for the chairs.
Yes, okay.
And so I'm wheeling them out and helping volunteering to make sure they're at lunch, cleaning everything up. I think it's really important then to know where to go for the resources. I love that stuff.
Yeah. Being that I was involved on the board of directors of a few nonprofits, as maybe you are also, you get to know the inside and you know where the money's going
The
to.
impact.
Because the impact, it's key.
Huge.
Because some people don't know. Some of these
What's going on?
nonprofits,
Are you giving me a high five, Maria? What?
exactly. Yeah, 1 minute tells show. You talk too much.
Are we talking too much, Maria?
See, she was like, she's doing this, and I'm like, is she beating to her? Like, what's going on? My sister, like, so I need to interrupt that. See, my ADHD,
No.
I got it too.
No, I'm
Don't
the same
have
way.
it.
I'm
No
the same way.
squirrels, no extra distractions on this show, please.
Well, one of the things with nonprofits, you want to make sure that money's going back to the community, where it's
Sure.
going, and that's one thing when you're on a board or you're involved, you can see those things, and that's why I like getting involved.
That's huge. See, that's a fan. I'm
It's a
a
big
fan
deal.
of that.
Yes.
The rest of the people in showbiz, I don't. If you're doing something for the community all day long, I'll volunteer. I
Yeah.
will help out in every single aspect because it does bring a difference, and people need that. They
They
need
do.
people that are fellow helpers in this world. It's not just here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to connect globally. I'm
Yes,
like, you
you
all
are.
come with me.
Yes.
The fellow helpers, not the scum.
Come with me.
Like,
Wait, that was a
this is
Star
like-
Wars. That
You're like, oh no. I'm like this. I'm like, oh my
was
goodness.
social media.
Social
I
media
love it.
shows
Yes.
network.
Where's this going, you guys? We're gonna start like a whole new series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I
Come
love it.
here, we all have something for you.
Ooh.
It could be scary at first, but trust me, it's something you need and want.
I'm feeling psychic network here a little bit.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Now that I know you're at the
Yeah.
Plaza,
Yeah.
there's shows, and then we're doing the Days of the Dead, and
Yeah.
I have a feature movie coming out.
Yep.
And I don't know if Jason shared about. He's stunt corner. He does stunts. He could karate chop
What?
with his eyes.
I
He
like
is
that.
the best.
With his eyes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Drea's beautiful, and I met her
Model,
on set.
yes.
She does model.
Yes.
Obviously.
Hello.
Everybody should know that
That's why I'm
already.
sitting sideways, so I look.
You've been looking me up, sir.
No. No.
Well, that's a view he's getting right on the side view.
You know,
This is
I
my
love
good
beautiful
side.
people.
It matches on
The
this
beautiful-
side too, just
Yes.
to let you know. She matches on
No,
this
really,
side.
this is my good side.
Is that the
You
good
know,
side?
Is it
So-
good side?
Yeah.
I'm getting it. I'm getting the full view. I love it. I love it. Thank you.
I think it's building a beautiful community. And at first I didn't know. 2 years it's going to be next month of this showbiz. It's freaking hard.
You know, your reach is amazing. I was checking out, and that reach is far and wide. You know, and you're in a mecca of Las Vegas, which so many people visit, and they're transient. They come in and out, and you,
They
they,
want to be
they spread the
connected.
word.
They
wanna
want to be connected to the people that I know, and not me so much. I was like, Nicole, I know you know so and so.
Yeah.
I kind of do. I don't know them. Like I can't like vouch for them yet. I haven't seen that side. I got to
Sure.
see like all the sides of people because some of them were like, oh wait a minute, I didn't know you were like that. Hold on, put your underwear back on at least.
Hey,
Put your
hey!
underwear back on.
It's
Just
coming
kidding.
full circle every
He
time.
shared this thing. He shared with
Yeah.
his wife.
I love it. I love
His
it.
wife was like, sold! You without the clothes on. Got it. So sorry. But I did, there's on set, there's like the obliterated. He was
There is.
bare bottom. The people were like, do you see him over there? I'm like, did I want to see that? I don't think I want. There's
You
things
should
that
write a
could be-
book about that.
Somebody asked if I was going to write a book on things on my deathbed. Maybe I
Yeah.
could release it. There is no way I'm giving all the goody goodies of my life.
Yeah.
Not happening.
Yeah.
You can't prove anything either.
Exactly.
When I was in cop in North Las Vegas, how
Okay.
they do your background check and everything
Yeah.
like that. I was like in the hot seat. I was like, and like the movie that you Goonies, like he's telling everything. I confessed everything. I go, how many people have to know my dirt? There's like already 5 people. That's too many. But I held it. It was so horrible. But I wanted to run. I held it though. I'm like, I could feel it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is lasting. What else do you need to know? I had that voice and answer
Sure.
thing, and they're asking me questions. I'm like, how are your shoes? I go, these are. I had boots on. I'm like,
Yeah.
these are boots. These aren't real shoes. I'm like, honestly. So how did you get away with? I'm like, yeah, I had a upbringing was a very questionable one, so that's why they liked me. But we're not gonna
love
go
it.
there. We're gonna stay back.
No,
on the
I love
the
these
book.
stories. This has nothing to do on your life, by the way. And I want to read your book. This is kind of, well, it's a good book.
Oh gosh, I feel like
Simply
I
Nicole.
Yeah, I want to read that. Does it have to be in the bathroom like you suggested?
No, I just always say it's a 2-hour read. It's a you sit down and you don't put it down, right, Pat? I mean, you want to know what's next.
Yeah.
And
Advertise it. You know how they do the Kindles and stuff? You should have it at the airport.
People
Well,
keep
People
keep
they're
calling me
actually-
all the time to publish it, but I think they just want my money, so I don't.
The money's
call
a
it
thing,
back.
huh? They don't care about it. They're like, how much money? What do you
Yeah,
want?
exactly.
Money.
I just keep printing new ones, and they keep selling, and the money goes to cerebral palsy. So.
That is
Okay.
that's
Well,
that
important
works
Now,
stuff.
there's a sequel coming out, right?
Yeah, we're gonna write another one eventually. Unfortunately,
get
my
some?
editor, who I used to own a magazine too called Frankie Green. I got a lot of feathers. Passed away a couple years ago, and so we, I gotta, get to that point where I find somebody else to write it with me because I suck at grammar. Who does?
Don't we all?
Do you
No,
put the
not all
period
of us
after
do,
the
but I do.
apostrophe? I don't know.
Actually,
quote.
I'm bad at grammar too.
I suck at it.
They
Are
ju-
you good at grammar?
They asked me
Yes,
and
I
I did a
am.
report ready for in
Well, yes.
Northtown. They're like, did you finish high school? I'm like, yes.
Oh. Well,
Has
I'm
college.
a writer. That is really what I like to
You're
say
a
my
writer,
profession is because
yes.
I write musicals, I write
Wow,
plays.
nice.
And that's my forte. That's really what I like to do. My wife she went to school, got a 4-year scholarship. She's a grammar Nazi, and I can't say that word, but she was into grammar, and she corrects everything.
You write, she
Yeah.
corrects.
She
But
writes
she's
it.
smart. You guys
Yeah,
are
that's
smart.
we
Not
get
like
along.
a knuckle
Yes.
dagger, like sharp
I'm
as a gumball. Like,
Yeah, I'm the big
God.
picture guy. She's that.
Yeah, she's good.
Dot the
She's
I's.
dot the I's, cross the
Nice.
T's, and she's very meticulous
Uh-huh.
on meticulous. I said particulous. Is
That's-
that a word?
You know
Is
what?
that a
I'll go
word?
with it. It sounds
Speaking of
magical.
Yes.
I made up a word.
Particulars.
So you're a writer, you're a songwriter.
Yeah.
You're into theater. So what is next? Like, what do you want to? Where do you want to go with it now?
Automotive repair.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. No. I
I see some automobiles back here.
I saw them. I got to tell you, my life. I'm at a point in my age where I just do things for fun now.
Yes.
I don't need the money anymore, but I just love what I
But it
do.
doesn't hurt.
It doesn't hurt.
Yeah, you know what?
It doesn't hurt because I want my other folks that work for me to be
Take
taken care of.
Yeah.
And I just live life. We travel, we perform. People ask me, are you going to ever retire? I don't think so. I'm going to keep writing. I'm going to perform
like
until my contract runs out at the Meyer Theater and say, see you later, Frank. You can't get on stage anymore. But, and then my kids can take over, hopefully,
Yeah.
I've written 140 musicals, so people can go back to my library and pull these musicals back out, or, they're jukebox musicals is what they are. 50s, 60s, 70s, country
nice.
music, all different types of genres, but I write the stories.
Wow.
Did you ever connect to Super Summer Theater? Like how I put that one in?
Ooh.
Super Summer Theater. So we're looking at a location there.
Okay.
Jason went with me. He's like, it's so gorgeous. Like, isn't
Yeah,
it
it's great.
gorgeous?
It's great,
But they
yeah.
do plays and musicals there.
They do.
Super Summer
Is,
Theater.
and is it a professional troupe? Like okay,
Yes.
yeah. And they do real musicals, not ones that are written
Ah,
by me.
Well, if you have that talent and stuff like
Yeah.
that, why not connect with
Sure.
the people here?
I've sold a
it's
few of my
beautiful.
shows that they've done at other places, but it's got to be the certain type of cast. My cast, I write for my cast, what they sound like, what they're good
they
at, what they're
sound,
funny at, and I write a lot about history, a lot about Wisconsin history. So, for instance, my next show is called Cerrugi's, Green Bay's Willy Wonka.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Cerrugi's is a chocolate factory in Green Bay that started in 1899. And Willy Wonka, of course, is a great show about
Chocolate.
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 So I combined those two, and I wrote a little musical about Cerrugi's chocolates in Green Bay. And that's my next show that we're actually rehearsing right now. Yeah.
Nice.
The Candy Man, the Candy Man.
See what I'm saying? The talent. I didn't get that singing talent. I don't know how people get this talent. I was that born with it. I don't think I could even go through a singing thing. We had an opera singer here, and she's like,
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, that wasn't
Yeah.
bad.
That wasn't bad, though.
Nice
That was
pitch.
bad.
well, that's all I got then.
Oh, that's all you got.
That
You're
might
done.
be
You're done.
the way to go.
Okay.
But the performing, I mean, the singing and dancing and the zest and the charisma, because I don't think you can go far without having that charisma and passion that you do have.
A lot of it is, like remember when you were a kid and they asked you to come up to do something in front of the class and it was so almost, it would give you a heart attack?
Yes.
I've never had that. I think that's what it is.
Really?
I've always been, I'm comfortable in front of a crowd, even if they don't like me. I still,
That's
not that that's
confidence.
happening, but it's a
You
confidence
are,
thing.
You know you.
Yeah.
Like coming to Vegas here, we're at a bigger venue, bigger city, bigger thing. I still feel at ease. I know that I can
Wow.
capture each one of those folks and enjoy what I do, and I know I have the talent or the folks with me that can do it. And it's cool seeing my children have that confidence. My son, my 11-year-old son, he's performed in front of 1,000 people already.
Amazing.
And
Talent.
not even missed a stitch.
amazing.
And you really have, and you have to perfect your craft. Of course, it
Yes.
takes. You have to do it over and over and over and over again. I even tell that people who audition, keep auditioning, learn your craft, and when you get good at it, you're good.
You're great.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
great.
Exactly. It's not just the looks, it's not the talent, it's the confidence.
Confidence.
Yeah.
Those nerves for you
We should
not to
some
have
music.
them.
We should have some
that's
music
how you
right
know.
now and look
That's
at
exactly
confidence
it. Yeah. When you're not like, oh, I'm gonna have a heart attack.
We need a confidence scene right now with music.
I can? Yeah, exactly.
But
You're
there-
way prettier than I am.
So
so.
what else was there? Oh, there's things going on with the Fiore's Club,
Okay.
the Italian American Club. Did you ever go there? 'Cause
I
that'd be
have
a-
not yet. I know Pat has talked to me about it, so
I'm
you
going
know,
there for the
yeah.
$40 meal.
Hey.
Nice.
No sauce will be on. Well, it could be sauce. I'm messy. I'm like, dang it, another meatball just rolled on my lap here.
Let's get another dress.
Yeah.
Another dress. Sorry.
All right.
But you should look into that.
Okay.
I would connect to Nelson.
Sardelli.
Nelson.
Sorry,
Yep,
Sorry,
that
Valley.
one.
That one. Come on, try and pronounce it.
Sorry,
Double dog Drea.
Triple. We'll go
Yeah,
there.
triple, we'll go there.
But yeah, I think that would be a really
Okay.
cool, and it's just connecting to good people.
Yeah.
So I've been out here 18 years, and then I went to showbiz
Yeah.
2 years ago. But I've been a community server, and I have a
Yeah.
different background, and bringing that to the showbiz, but I had to learn it.
Yeah.
There's a lot to learn. You're like
Yeah.
a craft. I'm like, well, I sucked. I sucked at it. The acting, especially in the beginning, was
Yeah.
that Paul kept
Acting
calling
is
me,
hard.
blackmail me with that.
Getting into
tape.
character.
Yeah, you really
Gotta know it.
acting. You can't act. You have to be
You
yourself.
cannot act.
They say act. It's not.
You can't get caught acting.
It's you can't get caught acting because then you suck. I'm sorry.
Suck
You
real
can
bad.
always you can tell the B from the A's, man, when you watch movies.
And D's.
You
I'm
and
a
D's.
C-lister
You
right
can
now. I'm
re-
working on C.
Yeah.
You guys are naturals. This is easy for you. That's why you're growing. That's why you're growing.
Well, I don't
you know?
care. If people want to judge me,
It is what it
fine.
is.
But you better let me know if I have like
Yeah.
chocolate or
Yeah,
meatball on
exactly.
my dress.
But also, you know, it's facing our fears, and like we
Some
all
straight
met during our stunt
Like,
academy with Jason, and
Oh.
his training is like you have to face your fear.
On
You
point.
need to
Yeah.
be confident. So
you should learn some moves.
yeah, learn some moves before you
Moves.
go back.
Besides
Well, I'll
Elvis
tell you
moves.
what, during karate, I got some Elvis moves when I do caught in a trap. You ought to see me go,
Oh,
Yeah.
see, he's
Yeah.
doing what he's doing. What is
whoa! Almost lost it.
Elvis actually used to do karate.
Yes, he was. He was a
Yeah.
black belt, and
Yes.
Oh my
he didn't. You know, he actually went through the courses. They say he faked it, but he knew what he was doing.
Yes.
And in the early '70s, when he was in his prime, the boy was cut, and he worked hard, he played hard, and the karate thing was a natural thing for him. You know?
Oh man, he wasn't even preparing us for that move.
Yeah, quick that was,
Man,
man.
that's the next thing we're karate chop.
That's good.
See how daring you are? You didn't know he had those moves.
I'm inspired. I am inspired.
See?
Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's really
Elvis was
cool.
also
Oh, is
a
it already
veteran.
that time?
He
What
was
the
a veteran.
He was a veteran.
Yes, in fact, when you say that, if you go to Graceland, there's a place where all these checks are on the wall. He was an active member of his VFW until the day he died. He'd write hundreds of $1,000 checks to the VFW,
Wow.
and every concert he would dedicate a song, trilogy, to the veterans. I always do that every show. It's one of my favorite songs to sing.
Nice.
It brings tears to people's eyes, and you know, it's a very touching moment. And yeah, he was all about the veterans, man.
Question for you. Did you ever meet Elvis?
I did not. And I'll tell you a little story. 1975, I was 10 years old. We went to Graceland. I took out a magic marker and I wrote my name on a brick. I should have gone to jail for that because it was defacing property. I didn't know. My mom got mad at me. And it was a couple years later, we came back after his death to visit again, and I went to that brick. It was gone. They washed it off. So,
You were innocent.
never have I seen Elvis live. You know, I just have loved his music through my whole life. Played guitar, learned all his songs, and I never thought I'd be an Elvis impersonator. To be honest with you, I still don't think I am,
You
even though
are
I do it.
fabulous,
You are.
fabulous
Yeah.
with
There
everything.
was.
Yeah, I wouldn't say too. I'd just be like, get him out of here now. But we do, unfortunately, we do have to wrap up the
Yeah.
show. It was fun. If we could keep going, but
Yes.
it's that time again.
Yeah.
Connect with the viewers
Yeah,
and let
Plaza
them know.
Casino tonight at 8 p.m. and
8 p.m.
tomorrow at 8 p.m. Tickets are available at the door. Come and see us. We'd love for you to see a little Green Bay hometown feel here.
You will be entertained.
Yeah.
You absolutely will be entertained.
Have I entertained you?
Yes.
Oh, you're
Yes,
not
okay.
entertained.
Have we not
I do
performed
not
well on
entertain.
the show? So is there anything else?
Yeah, I just want to say your energy and everything is just amazing, and you have to go see this guy. And is there any way we can get you to move to Vegas?
You know what? You know, I love coming to Vegas. I just couldn't live here because it's getting bigger and bigger. I was
Yeah.
back here in the 80s when you could still get around here.
Oh, yeah, it has
Yeah,
grown
I
so much
remember it.
since
It is
then.
amazing. I love this
Not that I was
town,
born.
and I want it to be my destination.
Maybe it will change though. The more people want him here, sometimes that happens
Yes.
with contracts and everything.
What is that?
Oh, what does this mean? I don't know. We're gonna do it with the heart. So
Yes,
thank you guys
exactly.
so much for staying
Thank you
tuned
so
to Vegas
much.
Views. I'm Nicole Vegas.
I'm Drea,
I'm Jason Velez.
I'm Frank.
and until next time.
See you on Vegas Views.
Thank you.